My name is Lea Kantonen. I work in the group 4 of Artsequal, and the subgroup that I work with is this museum project in Virarika communities in western part of Mexico. And Lea Kantonen, who is standing there, is working with me, and Katri Hirvonen Nurmi, who was here yesterday. Pekka and I work in a community of Artsequal, about 500 inhabitants. And we are working in a museum project that's called Tunuvame. Tunuvame is one of the manifestations of a sacred deer. A museum culture house is planned together with teachers, students, and parents of the great-grandfather Deertail School, Tatutsi Marakwari School. And our collaborators, they are the self-governing administration of Artsequal, so village administration, Finnish NGO Crash, Coalition for Action and Research for Social Justice and Human Dignity, Mexican University ITESO, who has been assessing Virarika rights and led many land right events for and also educationally assessing the Virarika to develop their self-administrating pedagogy as well, like from the mid-90s. And Sami Museum Sida is also one of the partners, because the Virarika, when we at Crash arranged Virarika visit to Sami Museum, the Virarika, they got absolutely thrilled by the museum, and they wanted that's exactly what they need in their community, to educate their children and youth. So they are seeing especially the connection between museum institution and the school institution. And we use the video method generational filming to facilitate the dialogue between the Sami and the Virarika. Pekka explained a little bit the video methodology yesterday. So here, the Virarika teachers, we are planning the museum and a museology workshop. We all the time, in every phase, we use the video as a tool in planning. Now this is going very strangely, this perspective here. I don't know how to change it. So we have Pekka and I worked in this community for about 15 years now. It's a long-term project, and we all the time feel we are just starting. So what we do is that we conduct interviews, or better, we ask for advice. So they are kind of advice-asking events we arrange mainly with the teachers. We film videos together with the Virarika teachers and students. We screen Virarika video messages for the Sami, screen and translate, and Sami videos and messages for the Virarika. We also screen the responses of the audiences in other parts of the world, also responsive of academic audiences. We arrange and co-arrange photography workshops, museology workshops, and video workshops. Here is craft teaching at the great-grandfather Deertail School. So this is just a moment we filmed and we interviewed the girls. This is the museum workshop with Sami specialized. We arranged 1.5 years ago. So the Sami specialist from Sida went to the Virarika community to discuss methods of museum. So we see Pekka and I, our work rather, our task rather as translating and documenting, not so much producing content in this, and facilitating dialogue, not so much producing. And the material is assessed and changed in every phase. So actually we haven't so far produced any permanent objects, artistic object as a ready edited video art product, but we rather arrange kind of video screenings that we simultaneously translate and dub in many languages. And they are not subtitled because most of the Virarika people can't read so fast that it would serve in the communities. And then when we translate it, there is multiple translation, and it of course affects the video content and especially the length of the video shots used. So there is a Sami linguist, Irja Seurujärvi-Kari, who is learning to grind corn. It's a very important video, Virarika handwork. They see it as handwork, or actually they say food making also is part of culture and handwork. This is also the museology workshop. And here we also show classics of ethnographical film in the workshops. So here the secondary schools are seeing Tabu by Murnau. Performance art workshop. So what they ask us is, because we are coming from Western art world, so they want us to learn performance art, video art, Western art forms, because they take care of arranging their own art forms that they have, and so they don't need our advice here. Some of the methodological considerations. First of all, the long-term collaboration with the same communities and same collaborators. Epistemological pluralism, that means the coexistence of different knowledge systems and also different artistic epistemologies. The non-human agents, for example, the deified ancestors like deer and scorpion and turtle, they affect us, they are present, they need to have consulted in every phase of the projects. So they don't actually expect us to know the details of the consultation, but they want us to somehow be present here. When we need to ask permission of these non-human agents to go on with this collaboration. So we are totally dependent on them. And one methodological question is how to express thankfulness when we get permission. Power relationships between, and ever-changing power relationships, because it's not only the Virarika and Sami and us, there are multiple Mexican co-actors and university people, often coming from very privileged backgrounds, like ourselves. And how to deal with that and all the emotions it brings. Multilingual methodology. What does it mean for the indigenous rights and your linguistic rights. How can we develop that, especially in the languages we can't fully understand? And finally, how to include the Virarika and the Sami in the presentations, in the artistic presentations, and to discuss the authorship. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you.